So we have sales falling short. I'm also curious about the net debt and how they're making progress on their liquidity with cash and poor free cash flow. What are you looking at that's most concerning?
They've got to get some asset sales going so that they can get some cash in hand. They do have credit lines to carry them. I think the big worry is they go down a notch to below investment grade, and then money gets that much more expensive. So I think that's, the biggest fear. I don't think missing the sales number is a big deal. I mean, he came on and basically said it's going to take some time. I think I have my arms around power. So it's kind of a trust me thing at this point, and they're not trusting. So
presumably he went on to try and boost the shares and to try and alleviate some investors' concerns, Karen. Or was this a sort of continuation of I'm not going to call it a kitchen sinking operation, but is there an objective to try and get as much of the bad news kind of done and dusted, so at least you can put a floor on this?
That could be it. I mean, I'm sure he's frustrated how low the shares have gone, but he also doesn't want to put something out that he can't deliver on, and that's the kind of guy he is. He's like, he's a methodical guy. He'll get the job done, I believe, but given the time, but he's not going to promise.
We've talked a lot about the equity reaction. I want to come in here quickly into my terminal at GTV Go, and we can look at some of the bonds. These are GE bonds that mature in 2044. Like you said, they've been falling now down to about 80 cents a share. This is far from a distress from the market's point of view. How much time do they have before liquidity starts to go?
They have two large credit lines that they, assuming the banks don't pull it on them, that can give them some time. They have one asset sale underway that they'll get another couple of $1 billion. They're going to get $4 billion from the, from cutting the dividend. The risk is, and the other thing that people are concerned about is, what if there's another hit we don't know about? Another liability that's in GE Capital that we don't know about. Then it could get more interesting, but there is a credit line, as that they're not broke.
Karen, the stock has come down and down and down. Is there any feedback from that stock decline that feeds back into the company?
Do you mean, are they sensitive to it? I don't know.
Well, I'm just kind of, is there a sensitivity issue? Is there a recruitment problem? If this was any other company, you'd be saying we're going to really struggle to bring in good people into this business because part of what we do is we remunerate them in shares. Is it different with GE? Is that not an issue at GE? I'm just kind of wondering if there is an operational threat from the incredibly sharp decline we've seen in this stock. We were all shocked when it went through 10. It's now gone through 8.
Larry Culp spoke today that he has not had trouble. He's hired 3, high-level people already. And, you wonder, why would you come? Well, if you get your stock at this price, number one, but number two, a challenge. He's really up to the challenge, and he's bringing people in that he feels can help him and are also up to the challenge. He's also elevating people within GE, but people are coming in. He named 3 specific, executives so far that he's asked to come in, and he said people actually have reached out to him as well.
Very interesting. Quickly here, John Flannery wasn't given a lot of time. How much time does Larry Culp have?
That's a really good question. You can't turn the ship around fast, and I think if he stabilizes power, it's hard to know. I hope they give him more than a year because it can't be fixed in a year. But he has a lot of credibility. He's done some excellent work. He was one of the youngest CEOs ever, right? They put a good guy behind, and behind this thing, and they need to give him some time. So I'm hoping that he gets a couple of years.